So this is Bernie Sanders. Now think about the movement Bernie Sanders had back in 2015, and all of us were involved in it, either online or wanted to participate. But Kshama was at a couple of the events there, and Nick was canvassing at that time. Now Kshama may have been there conscious wise. Would you think Bernie Sanders would actually lie to Bernie Nation? And that's what he's doing in this interview. Let's listen. It's actually is less than 90 seconds. Let's listen to this and then we'll comment.
Here, can you in good conscience ask your supporters to vote for Mr. Biden?
So the question is, can you, Bernie Sanders, in good conscience ask your own supporters, Bernie Nation, to support the guy that's funding the genocide, the guy that's supporting the genocide, the guy that's with all of his neoliberal policies and all of his imperialism around the world? Let's listen to Bernie Sanders lie to his Bernie Nation.
Here, can you in good conscience ask your supporters to vote for Mr. Biden?
Well, look, the contrast that I think President Biden made very clear in the State of the Union address. If you believe that climate change is real,
oh,
you got to
Jesus.
vote for President Biden. If you believe that women have a right to control their own bodies, you got to vote for President Biden. If you think that at a time of massive income and wealth inequality, you don't give trillions of dollars in tax breaks to the 1%, you've got to vote for Biden. If you want to look.
Now, I must stop here. This list that he's going over, you notice none of those things by voting for Biden you're going to get. He carefully words it, though. I'm going to rewind it. He carefully words it to where it's not necessarily promising you're going to get those things. So let's listen again.
The contrast that I think President Biden made very clear in the State of the Union address. If you believe that climate change is real, you got to vote for President Biden.
He said, if you believe climate change is real, not that anything's going to be done on it. But if you think it's
that's a good point, CJ.
You see that? Now let's go to the next one.
If you believe that women have a right to control their own
If you
bodies,
believe, that's a good point, CJ. I didn't catch that.
Biden.
If you believe it, he's not going to say that Democrats are going to do anything. And he just goes on with this sort of phrasing where it is so dishonest. It is so dishonest to do this, to say this to, people like us. We're